So you are a business analyst and you have the chance to analyze guest reviews from your hotel in America and your hotel in Sweden. The reviews are in English and Swedish respectively. So what we're going to do is then we're going to use the Gavagai Explorer to do the text analytics. But we want to make sure that the analysis in the English project and the Swedish project are consistent so we can compare between them. So that means we're going to use the dynamic models feature. Let's take a quick look at the reviews. And we can see here on the left-hand side, the English ones. There's 130 of these open-ended reviews. Decent boutique hotel with modern decor and so on and so forth. And then we have the Swedish one on the right-hand side with another 150 reviews, open-ended text in Swedish, ett hotel centralt om man gillar söder, and so on and so forth. So let's go to Gavagai Explorer and create a project. We're going to start by clicking here to upload these English reviews. And let's name these English reviews. And let's click next. And let's make sure that the column we're going to analyze is the review column and that it is in English. So let's click Explore. And let's go to Advanced Modeling. And now what we're going to see is a list of the topics from the hotel reviews. So on the left-hand side, we see that list of topics. Now, we want to refine this Explore model by going into a specific topic and clicking this little tab, for example, this topic room, and then looking at the suggestions that we can click to add to build up this topic room. Basically, we're just going to expand this topic by selecting similar little expressions. So maybe quiet room, the two rooms, the small room. And let's click pin in this. So that means we're going to pin this topic, and that way it's going to be kept in our model. So what we're doing is editing our model for the English project. Now, the best practice is quite simple. You simply open up the topic, and you just go through all the suggestions the Gavagai Explorer has found for you, and you click to add the ones you want until you don't see any more suggestions. You can check out our other videos with more topic expansion. Now remember, in the Gavagai Explorer, you should simply repeat this process for each topic. And because you are the analyst, you can choose what topics you want. Now, to know you're done with a topic, well, you just check the suggestions and you don't see any more, and then you can click Get Words, and the Gavagai Explorer checks one more time. And we see here, oh wait, we can add suites. And now it looks like we can be happy with this topic room. Now remember, you can actually ignore topics by clicking the little X topic. And remember, you can actually go into a topic and remove terms by clicking the term. Let's pin the topic staff as well. And of course, again, like I just said, you should be going through each of the topics. But for us, let's look at the topic Union Square here. We see here it has Union Square and Financial District. Let's click Get Words. And maybe let's add Fisherman's Wharf and Chinatown. So now what we've done is we've made a topic called Tourist Destinations. And let's pin this topic because we want to keep track of the topic, the occurrence, the sentiment, and the related topics. Now let's just check for one more, and I think I want to keep track of breakfast. So let's pin it, and let's double check. Maybe let's add the suggestion complimentary breakfast, and let's click Get Words just to check if there are any more. And it looks like we're happy. So let's click Update and Save at the top. And now we can be done with this English project. So let's save this as a dynamic model. And now what that means is we're going to be able to use this template and apply it to the Swedish reviews. So let's go back to projects. Let's create the project and let's choose the Swedish reviews this time. Let's call these Swedish reviews. And now let's make sure that the column we're analyzing is the review column and it is in Swedish. And let's click Explore. And what's going to happen is we're going to click Go to the Advanced Modeling, and we're going to see a list of topics that are in Swedish. Well, that's not surprising because we uploaded Swedish reviews. But let's instead scroll up to the top, click Apply Template Model, and let's select Dynamic English Reviews Model. And now let's click Explore. Now what we're doing is we're connecting to the dynamic model we just built in the English reviews. What's going to happen is it's going to use the English reviews and that project, and remember exactly how we built all those different topics, and structure them on top of this Swedish project. You can see here we have the topics in English actually, because the labels that we chose, that was in the English project. But if we open up the topic, we can see here that all the terms are actually Swedish. Let's go to the topic breakfast. And we see here a suggestion, Hotel Frukost. Luckily, I know a little bit of Swedish, so this actually means hotel breakfast. Let's click to add it. Now, there's only one difference basically, and that's you have to always, when you add a term to your topic, connect it to an already used term from the original, in this case, original English project. Let's add the term, and now Hotel Frukost will be connected to complimentary continental breakfast. And the reason that is done that way is because when you are using dynamic models, the original project you created that dynamic model from will be the master project. So any changes done in the first original project will then be forced onto all the other projects that are using the dynamic model. So in the original project, if we remove the term complimentary continental breakfast from the breakfast topic, well, in the Swedish version, Hotel Frukost would also be removed. Now we would go down the list, and just like the previous project we were working in, you would want to go through each of the topics, choose the correct terms that you think should be inside the topic, and so on and so forth. But of course, there are other videos about expanding your topics. Now, one last one, if we scroll to the bottom here, we can see here tourist destination has 0 mentions, or 0% occurrence. Well, that's not surprising because these were American tourist destinations in our American city, and in our Swedish city, we don't really have those. But we do have Swedish tourist destinations. And if we scroll up a little bit, you can see here this topic Söder. Well, that's actually sort of like a tourist destination. So we can use this topic. And let's add it to this tourist destination topic. Let's add words. And we're going to merge that topic 27, Söder, to tourist destinations. And remember, we always have to connect it to a translation term from the original project. So let's add it. And now let's click update and save. Now what we've just done is we've just used dynamic models to make sure that we can consistently compare between the two projects. And remember, what are we comparing? Well, we're comparing the topics. And that means we get the topic occurrence, in this case, rooms, 64%. We can compare the topic sentiment, and we can compare the topic associations. So these are related topics. Now, if we go back up to the project in the English version, you can see how you can compare between the two. So let's jump to the English one and check really quickly the topic. Let's say, for example, rooms. We can see here American people speak much more about the rooms at 77%. They're slightly more positive and they have different associations. If we flip back to the Swedish topic, rooms, in the Swedish project. And of course, you could compare between all the different topics that you pinned in your original one, in the original English project, and then compare it to the Swedish one. Well, I hope you learned a little bit of this new feature, dynamic models, and I hope you're happy, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye.